everybody, how you doing? This is my video response to Larken Rose, a video he did called Vegan Dishonesty. I like a lot of the things that Larken talks about, and there's I've watched many of his videos, and he has like a seminar or something that I was giving some thought to, called Candles in the Dark, and I thought, oh, maybe that's something that I want to go to, or I'd like to go to. And then there's this video called Vegan Dishonesty, and I was like, huh? What is Larken Rose doing talking about vegans? So I watched it. I'm not vegan. I am vegetarian. And anyways, I watched this. I watched that video, and I was disgusted by it. What is Larken Rose doing, insulting people and lumping people into a group like as though they're statists or something, and lumping people into a group and then berating them for like 20 or 30 minutes because they have a self-written or God-given moral code or infinite consciousness or nature, whatever you want, whatever term that you have for it. Either, whether they feel like it's a God-given thing that was written in their heart, or their own personal feelings that they don't want to be harmful or aggressive or hurt other animals to get food, when they feel like they can have the nutrition from all this other stuff that is available for us. And why would you spend 20 or 30 minutes insulting people because they feel like they want to make a moral decision based on not being aggressive? Now, you say that you believe in non-aggressive, but you're very aggressively going out and insulting people for having strong morals and soft hearts, and not wanting to be aggressive to other living animals. I mean, I couldn't. Why would you spend 20 or 30 minutes to insult other people that, number one, have a common belief with you, and that is that people shouldn't follow the religions of religion and government, and then do your best to, I guess you're trying to, you're trying to humiliate and degrade. Otherwise you wouldn't call people dishonest for not being dishonest. Anyways, but maybe that's just Larken style. Maybe he's just kind of a crass, mildly passive-aggressive, rude kind of guy. And I've kind of noticed that. I mean, what is that one video? His video he did called "To the Voting Cattle." Maybe that type of insult is on a title of video is maybe not the. I looked at the number of people that watched it though, and it was one of his most watched videos. So go figure that. But. And he has another video called "When to Shoot a Certain Type of People That Have a Certain Type of Job." But he believes in non-aggression. Well, okay, right now and for the last several, 200-300 years, in this country, we've been teaching our kids that they come from a history of violence. And the same thing has continued to perpetuate, is we continue to have this history of war and police brutality and these kinds of things. And what I'm saying is that we should stop teaching that, right? So that our kids, if they hear about something that happens is something like something that's has a war nature to it, or a fighting nature to it, that they react with shock because they've never heard of that happening before. Instead of going, oh well, yeah, I mean that's what the people have been doing for hundreds and thousands of years. Well, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is what do they say? What's the definition of insanity, or being non-sane? So, my thought is maybe we should not teach people to shoot other people, and instead do like real men do, grown men do, good men do, moral men do, and solve problems without fighting. Now I know that there's people out there that can be very bad. That's the truth. I've learned that, in ways that I really wish I didn't have to learn it that way. But to say that you're a person who believes in non-aggressive and then be aggressively insulting to people for making a decision that for them is a good moral decision, based in being non-aggressive and non-deadly, and then you have a problem with that. But in some ways, again, that doesn't respond, because there is one religion that it seems Larken has held on to, and that is the religion of money. He made a video where he was actually saying that exploitation of people that are impoverished is not immoral. And it absolutely is. But it was also showing that he has this belief that money should exist, that there should be something called free trade. Well, first of all, Larken, what is the definition of free? There's not under the forceful control of someone else, but there is another definition that belongs there, that's supposed to be there, and it's without cost or payment. We should live in a free market society. Markets have to do with money, right? So it should be free, or has to do with trade, or Larken, I don't know if you have kids or not, but if you do you ask them to pay for dinner, or for room in your house, or a place to sleep, or clothes, or any of that kind of stuff? My guess would be, I would certainly hope that you would say, well, of course not. My kids. Why would I ask them to pay? And that's exactly it. Why would you ask them to pay? Because you love them, so you don't ask them to pay. If we're going to have a free society, a free country with free people, then we have to actually, want to live what it is that we're saying. Free. Non-aggressive, free, voluntary. What is voluntary? What is the term voluntary? Without cost. Okay? Larken says, the government wants to tell me what to do with my money. And so he likes that. Apparently he likes that word. Right? My money, right? That one-eyed religion. You ever felt like somebody gypped you? Or maybe Egypt you? Anyways, my money, huh? The thing is, money is a tool of government and religion. Two organizations on the earth that say that you have to work for it and have to give it, part of it, to them. And that's government and religion. Government says if you want government benefits, they call it. They say you got to pay them something called taxation, so that when you quit working, you have all these other benefits and da da da. And government says, okay, well, if you want our benefits when you quit living on Earth, and you want heaven's benefits and stuff, you got to pay us money too. And it also starts with called tithing, right? It's their way of harvesting the energy of other people, to take from them, to tax them. That's the same thing. And yes, money is a religion, right? So in religion, you have what? You have prophets and prophets, right? And business, right? Now, not all business, I mean, there is innocent business, and while we're in this economic system that we happen to, live in, or, be forced to use, then, yeah, we sometimes we do have to do that. But to say exploitation is not immoral is it's incredible. That, you know what it is? It's dishonest. It's dishonest to say that, because what profits is the market, this ethereal thing that you talk about, Larken. The market says that, hey, John made this thing or did this particular service, and we feel like it's worth this much, and we're going to pay this much for it. And then Larken, as the business owner, says, yes, it is worth that much, isn't it? I'm going to take part of what it's worth, what he produced, and I'm going to take part of it for me. And I'm going to call that profits. That way I don't have to call it tax or tithing, which is exactly what it is. It's taking the labor, efforts, energy, of another person and their power, and making it yours. So now that you have more of their energy, now you have some of their energy, and so you're more powerful, and you can turn to someone else and say, hey, if you do this for me, I'll pay you this much, and if you do this, I'll pay you this much more. It's exactly the same thing as what government and business and religion does, because they're all tied together. Now, the least sinful of those is, I would say, is the very innocent type of business that many of us do on a day-to-day basis, where we're actually trying to produce something of value to give to other people. But to say that it's moral to extort people, or what is the word he says? Exploit. Say that it's moral to exploit people. Yeah, that's very dishonest. Now, if you want to see again that money is tied so closely with government, I mean, I just showed you there, but with government and religion, it's like this, okay? You talk about a free market, but you don't actually mean free. You talk about free people, but you don't actually mean free, only in a certain type of way, but as long as you can have some money so that you can exploit someone else, which is the same thing as what government does, and what religion does. It exploits people. And to say that that's a moral activity, like I said, is very dishonest. So you have the state. You have state. And you have county, and then you have your local, which is also called municipal. State counts money because it's their creation. You've had it so long, and obviously, yeah. We're addicted to it. That's why we say we use money. People are addicted to money, but we don't have to be. We don't have to be. All we have to do is decide, rather than living in law or living in economy. I mean, look at the word itself. You know? Ever found gypped? You felt like you were gypped, like you were Egypt? Like someone gypped you? Right? Anyways. You know, you can go out and you can talk to people about being free, right? And say, okay, yeah, free is without cost or payment and not under the forceful control of someone else. Or you can talk about freedom, and you can add to it, right? And the government loves that word because they teach you to say it like that, right? Because you want your money, because free is dumb. Don't go for freedom. Go for free. And don't be dishonest, Larken. Be sure and like, subscribe, and watch the next video. Thanks.